Hey there, prison wardens. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Anomaly Death Cult, episode 62, gift wrapped for the Horde. Want to? Oh. Yeah, I mean, So 6 prisoners, no place to store them, watch over them for 8 days. Absolutely. That would bring Avalka's psycasting from 4 to 5. Before we do that, I'm gonna want more blood bag xenogerms to keep the prisoners nice and controlled. All right, we have everybody in Locust armor now. That is momentous. And recon helmets, too. Do they have paralytic aphasia? I'll double check. Even if they have paralytic aphasia, the thing about paralytic aphasia is it can wear off. Yeah, they will, Abasia, rather. They will be paralyzed. Okay. Let's accept them then. They didn't land at my... Oh my god. So I have this nice landing pad. And, the brilliant morons decided to land them in the zombie field. I just don't even have words for that. No, I do. It's effing stupid. Yeah, that's right. Okay, slaves. Capture them as fast as you can. Don't stick around. Dear Lord. Why? So I have my super ghouls and ghouls duking it out. It's not gonna... Yeah, they're not attracted for very long. Back up! Skyra's already getting nibbled on. Use your drill arm. Tell them to mind their own business. Alright, I'm gonna tell them to carry instead. Because I'll be able to control where they go a little bit better. Alright, the ghouls are getting a little overwhelmed here. Skyra's getting nibbled on. Oh, that one bit you in the neck? Hang on, I can help you. You piss the hell off. No! No! I wanted the ghoul to... Oh, damn it. The ghoul and the prisoner were overlapping, and I sent the prisoner frickin' to God knows where. Alright, Moxie's dead, but that's fine. Ghouls are really easy to revive. Skyra's bleeding out pretty fast. Pretty Bill, I'm just gonna have you get back inside. We'll have to do them in batches. So I'm planning on luring the shamblers into my shambler hell and then having them trigger the other shamblers so that it's shamblers versus shamblers. Why are you still being chased? Hang on. Yo. Piss off. And where is my... Here it is, coagulate. Delara and Xanth, thank you for the resubs. Oops. Alright, the other thing I need to make sure is not to butcher any of my ghouls, so... Human-like, don't allow unnaturals. I would skip the other prisoners to the door. The thing is, skip is rather psi-focus hot. Plus, they're like knocked out, so those other prisoners aren't gonna be targeted for a bit. I think it's probably best that I just kill the ghoul or the shambler threat. Although Avaka's really low hemogen, so I'm gonna have her go top up. Right, they're ineffective. Crackhead, I wanted you to jump. Please jump. Prisoner, blood feed. Blood feed. Fish Pickles is just doesn't know when to quit. He's quit now. And Valka, you should be blood feeding on the 2 new prisoners. So you got plenty of hemogen now. You're not hemo low. Alright, there's not too many of them left. We should just be able to gun them down. And then grab the remaining prisoners. As the shooters draw the shamblers away, I can even have Airdog and Mike revive the downed ones to reduce the recovery time. Alright, we're almost through the Horde now. They are very tanky. Airdog, slow down. You're like going to so quick that it's a threat. Well, that was exciting. I will need 1 more bed. Okay. Threat's over. And now we're going to get our own ghoulies revived. So while we revive them, let's go ahead and set up recovery spots for the ghouls, so I can pull them into the base. Well, that could have gone worse, could have gone better. Schedules lifted, mechs lifted. That's not for you, crackhead. It's too bad none of those shamblers dropped a shard. So there's fish pickles, he's the only one left. You wonder why they didn't prefer the landing pad? Because they didn't arrive in a shuttle. So they landed around my orbital trade beacon as a result. Had they been shuttled to me, they would have landed at the landing pad, but it was a pod drop. So they just pod dropped them here. But that just happened to be right next to all the super nasty shambler swarm, so that's why it went down the way it did. Oh well. Oh, dang! Look what's in our gestation. Ha ha! I didn't notice. Jazz has already started. Sweet. Well, with oh wow, this coma was very quick. They're already up. My goodness. I was gonna say, while they're in a coma, I might as well Xenogerm implant them, but they recover from the coma so quickly. Alright. Blood feed. Blood feed. Blood feed. And blood feed. So what are they? We have a genie. I could try to scan awful social or great intellectual off this genie. So, sure, let's do that. Axel and Hernan are both genies. So I might as well just get as much gene scanning as I can while they're out. Meaning, let's get some more of the gene banks constructed. So, Lordex, you are up in 3 hours. Alright. I am going to implant another ghoul. Gary is not really paralyzed, is he? Yeah, this is exactly what I mean by when you have paralytic apasia, you have an unpredictably random chance to just instantly recover. So now I need to Xenogerm implant Gary with blood bag so that Gary can't get into any fights and die as a result. And my ally doesn't really care what condition they're in. So blood bag, like Xenogerm implanting them is fine. Which is good. Jazz sucks at smithing, so it's kind of funny that he's making a Diabolus, because he's really atrociously bad at the process. Which I find funny. Okay, I currently do not have a valid... No, I do. The this chamber is the valid path into the base. Alright, I'm going to close that down and open up a fire path instead. And the Diabolus is now 1/12 finished gestating. It takes a while. At this point, one of the other things I would like to add in, and I don't know where to put it, is a storage spot for the clothing that we will wear. Maybe I'll just put it right here. So this is going to be a 90% plus Locust armor. Recon helmet. Eventually, I want to increase the recon helmet from recon to marine. And then also pant and button shirt. And this should be clean apparel only. So I'll just have a... Oh, awful social and poor plans. That's a really good... I like... Awesome. Thank you, Axel. Let's scan Hernan now. Pretty much exactly what I wanted to scan, because I might be able to lower the metabolism of the Super Gold Xenogerm if I get other genes that I want to include instead. Because those two are +3 metabolic efficiency. Natsu, I am doing pretty good today. How about yourself? Got no complaints. None whatsoever. So here we can see I have spare shirt, spare pants, spare recon helmet. So it will be very easy to glance to tell, like, oh yeah, I need X, Y, or Z. Vitals monitor's done. Now down to prosthetics so that we can unlock power claws. Because that would, I would say... There are two things I would like to add to the ghouls. Power claws, and I'd also like to eventually unlock skin hardening. So that I can give them, like, stone skin glands. That might slow them down a lot, but I think it would still be pretty beneficial to have them super tanky. But for that, I would probably need to do some Ancient Danger delving to find the tech prints for it. Which at some point I'll probably have Avalka do. Also, Avalka, your Altec skull cap's about to become tattered, so I'm going to take it off in lieu of a recon helmet. And I totally just put on the t-shirt instead, didn't I? Whatever. Style them both. So maybe after Avalka goes through a death rest cycle, I can have you guys decide whether or not I should provoke the void or check some ancient dangers for tech prints and stuff. You know, serums, architect parts, that kind of stuff. She is about to need death rest, and her death rest facilities are all fueled up. And she's binding to 4 glucosid pumps this next rest, which will be awesome, because she's gonna jump up in movement speed enormously. We scanned poor plants off of Hernan. Fine. Right. Who else? We don't really need to scan impids. But, like, why not? I might get something. I might get very fast runner on its own, or who knows. So I'll just do it anyway. And let's make sure that all the other prisoners are still paralyzed. So Gary is not paralyzed, but he's been blood bagged so he won't rebel. And the others are still paralyzed. Good. I wonder if they need their organs. I'm not going to organ harvest them, but I bet you could organ harvest them and it wouldn't really matter. I could be wrong about that. So Crackhead's making... Ooh, combat supplier. Good. I have a lot of old weapons to get rid of. Genes are like Pokemon, you gotta catch them all. I know, right? High libido. Don't need that. I'm actually gonna sell some beer, because we have so much of it that it's like spilling over into other storages. Hellcat rifles doesn't really work for this colony because we're pyrophobic. We have 2 pyrophobic leaders that I don't think would appreciate a bunch of flame weapons. Yeah, there wasn't much to sell or buy. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do is let's make sure that we have at least 1 shield belt in stock at all times and put it here. I'll put another shelf here. So this shelf is going to be preferred for 90 plus for slave stuff. So collar, tribal wear, shield belt, toque, and cowboy hat. And the shield belt. Yeah. Because our slaves wear shield belts. Yeah. Perfect. Stochastic Turtle, thank you for the bits. So we have a slave shelf and a non-slave shelf. Perfect. Alright, so this got... Yeah, so let's plant hay grass everywhere. So that we have a huge supply of spare straw for fire traps. Looking good. Our plasteel supply is pretty much keeping up with demand, which is great. The other mech I wanted to gestate was the paramedic bot. Paramedic bots are very useful for their fire foam. So if we have a fire breakout, the paramedic bot can put it out, and it's also good at tending to paralyzed prisoners and stuff like that. Because constantly having to tend to paralyzed prisoners is kind of annoying. So having a bot do that for us is ideal. So we'll get a paramedic bot out. And this should be a much quicker gestation. Prosthetics is done. Yeah. Specialized limb time. Huh, we got Fire Spew from Gijanaz. I know I mentioned it before, but I'll just say it again. The ghouls cannot use active abilities like long jump legs or coagulate or fire spew or anything like that. So there's no point in giving them that stuff. Grizzly bear is hunting. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, Grizz. Oh, how the tides. Fish Pickles versus a grizzly bear. She didn't even need backup. This is the power of a super ghoul, or a mega ghoul. Beat it in like a few swipes to 2 hours until death. Yep. And that is why I want Power Claws, because that was only one of 2 Power Claws. Disgusting. Your name is Baffin Cook. Okay. Interesting name for a ranching pyromaniac. A steel mining site, gold mining. So there is that gold mining site guarded by 22 people. I think I'll wait until I have far skip with a Valka to go there. So that she can like go there and get back very fast. Send the goals with a handler? Yeah, I know I could send the goals with a handler. The thing is, if I send the goals with a handler, and then to get attacked at home, that's kind of a problem. Right? So I don't want to just send the ghouls off and leave myself open at home for, you know, an attack. So I thought about that, but realized leave myself completely. I wouldn't say I'd be undefended, but underdefended would be a bad idea. Finally, getting around to get some shelves. Because our general goods stockpile was getting kind of full. So the reason to wait for far skip is I can pod them there and far skip them back. And that way they're not away from home very long, leaving me not so unprotected at home. So Crackhead is struggling to keep up with the advanced component demand. What am I even using advanced components for? The other thing I realized is with the serums stockpiled like this, I can really only use them one at a time, which is kind of annoying. So I'm going to stock them here. So this is going to be Ghoul Res serums. And this is going to be jug serums. And then if I need to administer the jug serums, I can do it on these beds. Or I'll just make beds when I need them. Because if we have a huge threat coming, I might as well just juggernaut inject all of my ghouls and have them become like rage ghouls. Like souped up rage ghouls. Crackhead, where'd you go with that? I thought slave body straps are supposed to be here. Oh, I screwed up. And they weren't. I'm also almost out of dread leather. I know what I could do. I could summon either an Apocryton or a War Queen, and then summon Shamblers, or rather summon Flesh Beasts. So in 7 hours, I'll have summoned Flesh Beasts off cooldown, and I'll pit them against one another so that I get dread leather and, you know, another chip. This zone wasn't critical. True. Let's get that critical. Oh, great. They stocked it up to 6. That's annoying. That's like exactly what I didn't want. But there's no way to prevent it from doing that. So... I mean, there is kind of... I wonder if this will work. I'm going to try something weird. Load 5 into caravan. Because I could just drop... Oh, drop them one at a time. I just don't know if they're going to pick them up and, like, haul... They'll probably end up stacking them all at some point, ruining this effort and work. But if you really wanted them separated out, like, you could do it. I've done this before for, like, shells when I'm trying to bomb, when I'm trying to bomb a mech cluster. Just kind of annoying. Council needing help. Kofo is suffering from paralycobacium, must be kept in bed. Host for 6 days. So one of the reasons to do stuff like this, oh, and Jazz, don't leave the map tile, is I was originally planning on having a Valka hit tier 6 Psycasting by gaining honor with the Broken Empire, and then once her first Psy link is being offered, killing the Bestower and taking the links. So what does Councils want? A room with 30 tiles, an oppressiveness of 80. I'll have you guys decide. Should I host the paralyzed councilman? And I probably spelled that. Yeah, I spelled console. It should be a U. Whatever. Have you guys decide whether you think it's worth it or not? It's only for 2 honor, so it's not a big reward. But I could probably spruce up one of the bedrooms for a console with like jade or something, and then give it to one of my own once the thing is done. Is there a difference if it's paralyzed? Not really. It means I'll have to hand feed them, but like that's about it. Okay, we can draw flesh beasts. If I wanted to mess with that, I'm going to wait until the mech band antenna's done, though. And the paramedic is finished. So, I'm going to make a new zone. Actually, the inner sanctum is probably a fine zone for the paramedic bot. But it does mean the paramedic bot will need a name. So raffle timer's up for the name of the paramedic. Madsen, let's have you receive your super ghoul. Last but not least. Or your mega ghoul. Now that Rucky's up. Oh, Kitty's doing it? Okay, well. Ah, it worked! Okay, good. Historically, that's a really dangerous thing. Okay, we have our jug serums. Sweet. It looks like you guys don't want to host the council. Hopefully I get another honor quest. One that maybe is not so annoying. Jazz. So the War Queen is a War Queen with Minotaurs and 2 burners. And the Apocryton is Minotaurs and Scythers. I don't think there's much of a difference between the two. And I actually might want to wait to do either of them, because Avaka needs, well, she can death rest later, I suppose. But here's the paramedic bot, and lock in the paramedic bot to the inner sanctum. The paramedic bot will hand feed the prisoners, which is great, so I don't have to do it. And then if there's ever a Grey Flesh incident, the paramedic bot can do the surgical inspections, because the metal horrors can't infect a paramedic bot. They're immune, obviously, as they're a robot themselves. Okay, I think... Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Anomaly Death Cult, which originally streamed live on Twitch June 16th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow cultists.